My journey today started at Sebago State Park, and I went out to the coast to see the Portland Headlight, continued along the coast to see Marginal Way at Ogunquit, and back into New Hampshire at Portsmouth. From there I decided to circumnavigate around Boston, and I ended up the day in just outside of Providence, Rhode Island at Norwood. Well, I had a really good night at the state park here. Really enjoyed it, had a good sleep. I'm well rested, and I'm very excited because today, unless something goes wrong, I'm going to make it to the Atlantic Ocean. So all the way from the Pacific to the Atlantic. I am super excited to do that. Okay, let the truck get by first. And so, on to the coast. Once I reached Portland, Maine, my first stop was the Portland Headlight. It's a famous lighthouse that was built first in 1791, which by European standards I suppose isn't all that old. But for North America, it's not that long after the independence of the United States. Anyway, it's a very famous landmark, so I thought I would give it a look. Here we are at the two lighthouse area. There's it's Cape Elizabeth. There's the Lobster Shack restaurant. Kind of famous. I read about it here. It's not going to be open right now, fortunately. I have to get my lobster somewhere else. But I think this is a good place. Come down to the water and dip our toe in the North Atlantic in Maine. I'll maybe get my finger wet. We'll see what's easier. The ocean. We made it. Yep, I guess I'm going to dip my toe and get my fingers wet. Waterproof boots should be fine. And there it is, the Lobster Shack. Lobster's a rarity on the West Coast, so I'm really looking forward to having some now that I'm out here. But that will have to wait. First, I visit the very characteristic town of Ogunquit, and this place is very busy with traffic. I'm not sure, I probably should have let that car through there. But this is the home of a walk called the Marginal Way. But first, I'm experiencing one of the other differences of the East Coast versus West Coast, and that is how many people live out here. So it is a Saturday, but it's still morning. And as you can see, there's lots of people out and about, both in cars and walking about. I did not expect it to be this busy in September in such a small town. But apparently the tourists are still coming out and about because everything here was very busy. The Marginal Way walk itself is a 1.25 mile long stretch right along the water. And it's got some very scenic views with rocks and the breaking ocean waves. Very beautiful, well worth coming here. But it's a little bit tricky to get parking. They do have some paid parking lots and a little bit of parking. And they even have their own little lighthouse. Well, after a fun little walk, I am back on the road and looking for lobster. But first I'm taking this route along Shore Road. It's a beautiful little road to the south. It's fairly close to the coast, but you don't usually see it because of all the houses. But the houses themselves are kind of interesting. But this road's got lots of nice little twists and turns, and it's nice to be on the motorcycle and going at my own pace again. No more traffic. Shore Road proved to be an epic delight, and it led me to my next road destination, the 1A highway. The 1A is an excellent stretch of road with lots of great beaches beside it, although a lot of them have paid parking signs and private beach signs, which was a bit disturbing to me. But it also had this restaurant, Lobster Cove, and here I am finally getting some lobster.
Okay, well, here we are. We'll give it a try.
Okay, here I am at the Lobster Cove in Maine. I've already had 2 of my bacon wrapped scallops, and they've got my yellow bucket and bib for the lobster that's coming next. And yeah, it's a popular place. It's 2 levels. I'm on the top level, and right outside the window is the coast. Well, I got so excited I started eating, and I've taken the claws off already. But I've got my lobster, and having a good time here.
Very good. Awesome.
Maine lobster. Well, I am very full now, having eaten a whole lobster plus a little extra. But it was so delicious. I definitely enjoyed that, and it's a hit on the old bucket list.
So I believe we're just leaving Maine and heading into New Hampshire, and we'll follow the A1, or the 1A I should say, for a while. It's definitely looking like it's going to rain. I checked some of the places ahead. Definitely is rain. So I've got myself suited up in the rain gear. And what I don't know is where I'm going to stop, where I'm going to stay. But yeah, because of the rain, I'm thinking of not camping tonight.
Well, now I'm back in New Hampshire, and I'm looking for the 1B. It's kind of a route that takes you through an interesting area. And look at these houses on the right, how their porch is right beside the road. There's not a lot of room here. But what this is a road that takes you over a small series of islands. And yeah, it's really quite a spectacular little area.
Okay, Google did not know that was a one-way street.
From there, I followed the 1A as far as I could along the coast. It was getting a little bit stormier now, and the sea was showing that North Atlantic action it can get to. But I followed it as far as I could, all the way down to the Massachusetts border. And it was basically there that I decided it was time to head inland and circumnavigate around Boston. So I'm going to wrap that up for now because the rest of it was kind of a mad dash. See you next time. Hey, I hope you liked the video. If you did, hit the like button, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next ride.